So today, let's take a break from our usual hardcore science stuff and hear about Jack. Our dear friend Jack is a gentleman. He works at a multinational company for a healthy salary. A socially decent, well-spoken guy with no such bad habits. Doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, and takes a bath every day. He has his own set of non-harmful beliefs and ideologies. He adheres to them almost sincerely. At the same time, respects others' beliefs also. But why are we talking about him? Just like most of us, he believes in conscious effort towards saving our nature. He limits his plastic use, at least most of the time, by carrying his own grocery bag, drives an electric vehicle, still at times uses public transport. By the way, did we tell you that he pays his taxes regularly? Even with all this, gentlemanship, he does a few things which definitely contributes in either intentionally or subconsciously disrupting the balance of environment. But what did he do, which is causing the global warming and thus melting of ice caps, which in turn is killing these cute little polar bears? But again, what did our dear gentleman Jack do, which contributed in the death of this cute little Popo Bear's brother? Oh come on, don't judge me. My girlfriend named him Popo Bear. To understand this, let's peek into an unusual day of Jack, where he committed this crime and kept doing it almost every other day. Jack was sleeping and then he woke up. He checked his phone and went to his washroom, takes a shower and gets ready to get to work. He drives his non-polluting electric car, that's what they say, to his office, has a great working day, comes back home. But then again, what did he do wrong? Let's rewind back to the point when his day started. When he woke up, he looked at his smartphone. A little piece of technology he was holding was made up of around 75 different elements, in comparison to the human body, which is made up of only 30 elements. Silicon for microchips, batteries require lithium and cobalt, aluminium, potassium, oxygen, silicon for the screens. Most of the 75 elements are metals, meaning it goes through process of mining and metallurgy, which are energy intensive, leaving behind a huge carbon footprint. Carbon footprint means the amount of carbon emissions of a society, country or even a person. Most of the smartphone emissions is during its manufacturing, around 85%. In 2019, it was estimated that 11% of the global carbon emissions was related to smartphones. Out of total 33 billion tons of carbon compounds emitted into the air in 2019 that every creature breathes in, around 3.6 billion tons solely belongs to smartphones. And that's excluding desktops, PCs, computers, etc. Do you want to know another scary fact? Only 1% of the smartphones are recycled. Now let's get back to Jack. He went to washroom to freshen up, where he squeezes some amount of gooey gel onto a stick with bristles made of 100% non-biodegradable polymers. Some idiots even call it a toothbrush. And yes, the dentist from TV told Jack to change one every 3 months. Imagine 7 billion people using 4 toothbrushes every year. Have you ever noticed that a kid's toothbrush is designed in such a way that it can easily enter a sea turtle's nose and get stuck there? Let's invade Jack's privacy and see what other things he uses to freshen up, like shower gels, plastic, body scrub, plastic, shampoo bottles, plastic, face wash, plastic, hand wash, plastic, soap box, plastic. So basically everything in there is encased in plastic. That's cool. Jack knows this, so he tries his best not to throw them away and recycle them. But what's inside these plastic tubes and bottles are much more dangerous. No, not to his skin, but to the fishes. The chemicals washed away to water bodies enters the fish body and gives them cancer. We are kidding. In reality, it's not that serious, These chemicals, when they enter the water bodies, suffocates the fishes and kills them. But how? First they disrupt the pH, killing the planktons, which are smaller fish's food, and because of which they die. And then the bigger fish died, because the small fish died before becoming its food. Second, most of these soaps and soap washers is basically made up of the same thing in different forms, and that is sodium salts of long chain fatty acids, with some amount of alcohols and plethora of different chemicals. Please stay with us as we go deeper into some more chemistry. Now the chemicals in these substances are of two types, organic and inorganic chemicals. The organic chemicals along with some inorganic ones use up the oxygen in the water bodies. More oxygen for these, less oxygen to the fishes. Jack knows this too. What he doesn't know is that the inorganic chemicals or minerals dissolve in water and thus increases the temperature in water. Yes, this is just a few degrees Celsius, but remember what happened to you when your body temperature increased just a few degrees Celsius. The increased temperature harms the natural biodiversity. Even after all this, Jack still has a relief that he at least uses an electric car. But again, what he doesn't know is that electric vehicles still leaves behind a large carbon footprint, and there are still so many different things that he uses which are harming the environment. Hearing all this, and Jack got really upset. That's when Jill came to his rescue and told him that the best thing we can do is to limit their usage, and how almost every other things we use has an impact, and how these SMOS people can make a whole different video regarding that also. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. Take care of yourself until we come up with some more minutes of science.